I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on GBM, we're diving into a heartwarming and imaginative children's book that is sparking joy in families around the world. It is called Grandma's Garden, and it's written by a terrific author. Her name is Treasea Petitti, and her book is designed for infants to early elementary readers. It is a delightful story that follows young Rose as she explores her grandma's vibrant garden, pretending to be animals munching on vegetables. With interactive storytelling and charming illustrations, Grandma's Garden is more than just a book. It's an invitation to play, imagine, and say thank you. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today. We thank the team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put her on TV today, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her wonderful book. The links are below this interview. Teresa, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the invite, and this is super exciting.
Well, it's super exciting to have you on the show. You've written a wonderful book. It's very imaginative. It's a delight for children and parents alike to share together. Is there a little Rose in your life? Is that who inspired this book?
Yes, Rose is actually my granddaughter, Brooklyn Rose.
Hmm.
And in the book, she's the main character, and I'm the grandma. But in reality, the story really comes from my grandmother, sharing one of those stories like parents and grandparents love to do, tell lots of different stories just to highlight their grandchildren or highlight their children. And this is a story that my grandmother would tell about me sneaking out to her garden and munching on vegetables, one little bite out of this and that vegetable and leaving it behind to go to the next. And so uh, I didn't want to make the book necessarily about me, so I wanted to put my granddaughter in there. So she's the little Rose that's in the book.
Well, that's great because you've got multiple generations covered there. Everybody from
Yes.
your grandma to you to your little grandchild. And I think that's terrific. Tell us a little bit about the story that your grandma told you that inspired this one.
Yeah. So my grandmother took care of me for a while when I was an infant until I was about a year and a half. I lived with her here in Moab, Utah,
Mhm.
and she liked to garden. And here in Moab, you can grow fruit trees and grapevines, and she had all of that. And apparently, I snuck out the door one day, crawled out to the garden, and she went looking for me. And she was first finding vegetables laying about with little nibbles in them, onions, peppers, tomatoes. And then there I was in the dirt, eating dirt also. And she just got a kick out of it. And she liked to tell that story of how I went and took nibbles out of vegetables in her garden. And as I grew up, I would remember that story and it would make me laugh too. And I just really um, could feel that it would make a great children's book. And so that's why I wrote it, is just a memory of, a thank you, like you said in the beginning, for my grandmother telling a story, sharing something that she loved about me to other people. And I wanted to implement my granddaughter in it, and I thought it would be a great little children's book, and it was super fun to write. And I like the fact of maybe I was pretending to be a grasshopper or a turtle. Who knows? I don't remember.
Exactly.
But
Exactly. Well, it sounds like you were on a healthy diet, lots of
yeah,
vegetables for your diet, except for the
yes,
dirt. Cut out the
right.
dirt from your diet. Other than that, you're doing well, although you might get some essential minerals from the
Yes,
dirt.
exactly.
No, that's great. Your idea was right. This was a terrific children's book. It is a terrific children's book. Have you envisioned this as perhaps a animated short or something like that for children to enjoy as well?
I do. I think it would be a lot of fun to do an animated short for that. I'm working on getting the book into libraries. It's a new book, so it's not really out there. But I really, story time. It's a great not only just a cute little story, but it's a great interactive story. Toddlers like to be interactive with story time and books. And I'd love to do story time with a group of children, and they're crawling around pretending to be turtles or hopping around pretending to be rabbits. Children really really enjoy an interactive story, and that I wanted to make sure to implement that in my story as well. Some interaction.
Yeah, that's great. So I agree. It would work great as a cartoon for children on Nickelodeon or Hulu or Netflix, whatever it might be, because I think children would love the idea of pretending to be an animal like that. And
Yeah.
they'd also learn to eat some healthy foods along the way,
Yeah.
which would be great as well.
Right.
So I think that's terrific. It seems like you pulled in a bunch of skills there, writing and storytelling and your love for cooking as well. I understand you have a wonderful restaurant in Moab. Tell us about it.
I do. I feel I don't feel quite complete if I'm not creating something.
Mhm.
So I like to be creative. I like to write things down. I like to experiment. It's for me that's fun. It's one of my talents. I like to share. So I had to open up a restaurant. It was a dream of mine for many many years. I opened up in the middle of COVID, so it was a big challenge. But here I am. We're still running the restaurant. We're busy. I'm working on creating a calendar of bread puddings for a year because
Wow.
we sell a lot of my bread puddings. And
Well, bread pudding is my absolute favorite
oh,
dessert. So I'm absolutely going to go to your restaurant. What's the name of your restaurant?
it's the Trailhead Public House and Eatery.
Trailhead Public House and Eatery in Moab, Utah. It sounds wonderful. Great burgers, more than a dozen types of burgers, and bread pudding. Like I said, I could eat that breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I just love it.
Me
So
too.
that's great. Bread pudding and cobbler, those are my two
Yes,
desserts. So
yes.
yeah, awesome. That's great. That's great.
Thank you.
What was Brooklyn Rose's reaction when she saw the finished product, when she saw that book? And tell us about her a little bit. How old is she and so forth?
Okay. She's almost 4 right now.
Hmm.
Um, the book took a while to get published. So I wrote the book. Honestly, I wrote the book probably 15 years ago, but I finalized and changed names and characters once I had a granddaughter. Um, but also opening the restaurant at the time she was born was super busy. So it took me until she was about 2 to really get the book going. Um, but so she's in the book as a little toddler, and when the book came out, she was just at that age where she's learning how to pretend to be something. So for me, it was fun to teach her, oh, let's pretend we're a rabbit. And something new like that is like, oh, this is so fun. I didn't know I could pretend to be a rabbit. So her reaction to the book was really fun. And to show her that there's there you are in the book, and she's got a cute little freckle on her face, and I implemented that in the book too. So she's really a solid character in there. And just her, exploring the garden through my eyes per se, I think is really fun. And I think as she gets older, she'll understand that more. And I'm super excited about that because, like you said, it is a book for many ages. And I had created it with a 3-tier reading style. So, as toddlers, they're more interested in pictures than the words that you're reading. And so I used to work in a daycare. I also had my own daycare, and I read lots and lots of children's books, a lot. And so often with the younger kids, they want to turn the page, hurry up and get through the story. They want to look through the pages. So I would selectively pick out words quickly through the book to read as a short story, and that's kind of hard if it's not already highlighted for you, and books don't do that. So with my 3-tier style of 3 different colors of font, it gives you 3 stories to read. So the first story is just a short story that you can read quicker to get through the pagers quicker, which is the the main part for children is
Mhm.
the sight. And they catch only a few of the words anyway. They don't catch an entire story as infants and as younger toddlers. It's you need to pick out a few keywords, and they do understand the story through that and through the pictures.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, that's very thoughtful process that you had in writing, and I think it's going to be terrific for children and parents because they can enjoy the story on many different levels.
Mhm.
Talk to us about the illustrations. They're really great. They really reinforce your storytelling. How did you go about getting those done?
I did submit my book through a company, and they helped me decide that style, which I'm into cutesy. I think it's a really
Mhm.
cute animated um, process that we selected. Um, Very colorful. It helps to be keep children engaged with the bright, natural colors of a garden, basically. Um, the characters are true to form, but eye catchy, and just really, you're looking at it and you're like, oh, I want to read that book. It looks really cute, it looks really fun. So I think they really captured everything I was looking for.
Wonderful, wonderful. They say you can't tell a book or judge a book by its cover, but you certainly select the book based on
Yes.
its cover. So
Yeah.
illustrations are super important. Is there a
Yes.
message that you hope children and families take away from your story?
um yeah, I think the biggest message is ah there is a world of nature and exploring and learning about outside. We're confined indoors so many hours a day, and current times allow children so many other aspects to enjoy, the through social media, you know through electronics, and those things are fun. But going outside is very healthy for children. It can be so fun for children. Um, Adventuring outside the walls that contain us for most of the hours of our day, right? All night when we're sleeping. But going outside in nature and just discovering, and dirt is healthy. Feeling the earth in your hands and feeling the earth in your feet is really healthy for us, and it's healthy for children. And that's my, that's the main plot to the story, is get outside, learn about nature, have fun with nature, and absorb the sunlight, and create your own story of
Exactly.
nature,
Well, I
right?
think it's a wonderful message. I think we need to get out there and play in the dirt more. I think kids growing up when you and I were growing up did that more. We just go out and play. We
Yeah.
didn't tell, what, Mom, I'm going out to play. And that
Yeah.
was it. And you played all day until the sun set, or she called you home for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And kids have lost that today because they're trapped with these things.
Yes. Yes.
So I think it's great, a great reminder to get out there, eat your vegetables, play in the
Yes.
dirt, pretend to be a bunny or a turtle or whatever it might be, and
Yeah.
just be a kid and have some fun. The name
Yeah.
of the book we've been talking about today is Grandma's Garden. It is a joyful and imaginative journey, perfect for young readers and their families. Teresa, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you, Logan, for having me. I sure appreciate it. This has been so fun. And thank you for letting me share my story with you guys.
Oh, I appreciate it so much. You did a great job here today. Lots of fun as well for us to
Thank you.
listen to all the backstories about your beautiful book. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford for GBN. So long for now.